It's a gathering of businessmen, legal luminaries, sports administrators, entrepreneurs, and seasoned sports journalists, all for Godwin Dudu Orume's book launch titled Sports, Politics and Power.
It's part of the caprices that characterize decisions in our sports arena. I know someday that the titans of our turf and track, the administrators, the heroes of our field, will come good. I welcome you to this unveiling.
This is not just another book launch. It's a reflection of the current happenings in the nation's sports sector, coming at a time when the Super Eagles of Nigeria missed out of the 48 teams that will feature at the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Nigeria not qualifying for World Cup is talking about a huge loss. I also associate with the media industry. I am a director in media monitoring, so we monitor adverts, so we know the loss. We are losing because of it.
It's time to know what the book is about.
Sports, Politics and Power, My Perspectives, is a national gift. It is reflective, forceful, yet gentle, humorous, painful in parts, but always profoundly illuminating.
Your Excellency. Your Excellency.
The moment is here, the formal unveiling of the book.
We have to be the architects of our own future and fortune. For too long, we've left the flotsam and jetsam to take over the future of our country in every sphere. So, Dudu, I thank God for your life. I thank God for your immense successes.
For any book written, there is always an inspiration.
It will be a disservice to Nigeria and humanity that such a brain with so much knowledge will just be working. And we know that human beings are not immortals. So I was actually one of the people who encouraged him on here. I said, Dudu, you need to write.
The pressure came quite strongly. They said, oh, Dudu, you can't go to your grave with all of this knowledge, experiences, share it. So one day I woke up and I decided to give an account of sports in Nigeria since 1968, when I could comprehend things, because I was already in secondary school, to today as a fan, as a journalist, as a sports man who has a law degree, as a marketer and as a promoter. So I see sports from about 5 different angles. The challenges, the good sides, what could have been done differently, and what could be done to get us back to good old days.
What impact will this book have on the restructuring of the sports sector?
It really tells his story. It certainly would impact this generation and the generations to come, because he's been at the heart of it. He's been at the heart of change. He's been at the heart of it, even in the face of battle.
I think it's a book that our sports administrators should read, including I, who is speaking. I will be getting a copy. Every journalist should have it. And then Dudu, everybody that came here today, the commendation and everything they had to say about it was constant. Nobody was mincing word. And that is what we ought to emulate.
This is something everyone in sports should hold, because Dudu has clearly opened up the ears of Nigerian sports, and he also leaves us with prescriptions on how sports should go.
Well, no government has taken sports as one of their priorities, so nothing has happened up to this point. However, captured in a book by somebody who has been in the system for so long is intriguing to me, because I want to read his own perspective, his own views about how this can be activated.
The moment, I'm so happy that someone as erudite as Dudu Orime can put together a piece like this. And I suppose that if sports administrators were here in large quantity, especially the current one, they would have been able to gather enough information to know how we are going to re-engineer our sports.
From the observation of the people gathered here, sports can only thrive in Nigeria with deliberate investment and the right policy.
Okay, it is Channel Sport on Sunday. I'm Ken Ochonogo, and I'm happy that this show is taking place, I think maybe 7 days after, because if we had been here after the Congo debacle, probably I wouldn't be smiling. I think there's a time it's a healer. It's a healer of wounds, it's a healer of distress, a healer of heartache, it's a healer. Time, please. Thank you, time. I want to thank time. With all hopes, all expectations dashed. By Sunday when we were here last week, the permutations, the combinations, everything pointed towards going over there. We said, it wasn't going to be easy, but we did say yes. I mean, Congo were the least ranked among those, after beating Cameroon. Maybe we'll not see and through that way anyway, but it happened that Nigeria is not going to the World Cup. It used to be go, 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 break, go, 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 break. And now it is now go, 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 break, break. Oh my God. It won't be go, 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 break, break, break. That is how we found ourselves. Super Eagles, probably in football now, the only way we can lay that confidence in is maybe the Tigress. Of course, they did a mission, how do I say, mission XI, mission 10. It was successful. They're about to defend they will defend their title. We don't have any problem with that. But then, when you look at the Super Eagles, where are we? The last time we did win something on the continent, way back 2013, God bless his soul, the pace setter, the boss himself, Stephen Okechukwu Keshi, the man who opened, in fact, today I was going, my brain, I was trying to think of certain things, and Keshi. If Keshi has not been banned, he wouldn't have gone to Cote d'Ivoire. If Keshi has not gone to Cote d'Ivoire, he wouldn't have gone to Belgium. If Keshi had not gone to Belgium, the exodus of Nigerian players wouldn't have been there. He opened the floodgates. He opened it. When he was banned by the Nigerian Football Association himself and the Nigerian teammates for reporting to the camp, he didn't cry, he didn't sulk, he didn't have anybody. He packed his bag and went to Cote d'Ivoire to go and play professional football. And from there, they sold him to Belgium, and he went to Belgium. And Nigeria also, there is a road. The way we go to Morocco, that's how we started going to, the Mecca became Belgium. Count them. But the cradle, the beginning, has to be the youth system, which is what we said, is as dead as dodo. I tell you this. So in order to go up there, they say, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you go. So we need to go back. You need to go back and look. A few years back, before he left Mother Earth, I think we had Tony Eke on this show. Tony Eke was the father of grassroots football in Nigeria. Because that which he founded, that which he nurtured, that which he pushed, that which he used to, as a pedestal for our players to move out there, was what became the foundation, the fulcrum on which Nigerian football thrived. 83, 85. Of course, you can go back to those days and said the under-20 and the under-17, or then the under-16 Kodak team. But before then, somebody put these teams together, took them out of this country, gave them that experience, brought them back, and it became a foundation through which Nigeria picked our national teams. We have a guest in the house, a product of that system, not just a product, but a beneficiary of that system, a believer in that system, and now trying to carry on the legacy of that particular system. But before we come to him, he's seated here. Orange. Tio is in the house.
Oh.
Catalan, how are you?
I'm good, Ken. It's good to be back. time indeed is a healer, because I probably would have been sulking as well. The fact that we are where we are right now is an indictment on so many people. Yes, there are other factors that might have played a role, but I will still say it, and I will say it anywhere. The NFF should take the bulk of the blame, because they are responsible for running Nigerian football.
Exactly.
They are responsible for running Nigerian football, and whenever Nigerian football peaks, you see the NFF come out and they claim all the glory for themselves. I remember sometime in 2013 when Steve Keshi won that AFCON with the players and with his celebratory mood and everything. So people went out and said they were the reason why Keshi won that tournament. We failed to go to the World Cup back to back, and nobody is saying anything. We still play politics with everything in Nigerian football. That is why we are where we are today. Ken, like 2002, like 2025.
Like 2002, like 2025. And he told you this. He said, you know, a lot of bosses, Nigerians, especially in the sports circle, especially really this our constituency. This our constituency. This our constituency. Yeah. It was not Keshi. We know what we did to make Keshi win the AFCON. What you did to make Keshi win the AFCON? Why have you not done it now to win this? And that template, have you forgotten the template? Taju did this in the house. Let me ask him this. When we came here, you know, before we came on air, and my producer was asking, what do we tell Nigerians who you are? Do we say you are an ex-international? Do we say you are this? Well, to me, some of you have not had use phone before, if that means the younger ones, because it used to be, you know, when you say use phone, every youth in Nigeria, every sport lover or every football lover in Nigeria knew what Youth Phone, Youth Sport Federation was. Founded well back in 1965 by the great Tony Eke. He is late now. His legacy is what we're talking about. But like I said, Taju Disu is the chairman of Youth Sport Federation of Nigeria, Lagos chapter. It has chapters in all the states of the federation and the federal capital territory. And then we also have the national youth, of course. You know, it was then that, you know, the states come into play. There used to be that cup after we lost the great Murtala Mohammed. And then that cup was named after Ramat. You know, Murtala Ramat Mohammed. It was called the Ramat Cup. Taju. Let me ask you. I've not asked you before. Are you related to Tunde Disu, Coach Tunde Disu?
Wow. That's my brother, blood brother.
He's your blood brother?
The first born of my dad.
He's your father's first born. Exactly. We call him the American trained coach. You know, he's a man, you know. And he coached under 20.
He did.
Yes.
He did.
Okay. He did. So, Youth Phone, you played for Flying Eagles.
Yes, I did.
You are an ex-international.
Yes.
How we are where we are now. You had everybody we're lamenting. We don't normally lament that much this way, but then we have no choice. You understand? Yeah. There is no choice for us to. That's why we are saying this. Tell us about Youth Phone. How did you know about Youth Phone? How did you got involved with Youth Phone? What is Youth Phone?
Wow. Thank you very much, you know, for the question. And let me say this. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here this morning. Not because of anything. Look at the topic we have just picked on. We're talking about the Youth Sports Federation of Nigeria. It was because Youth Phone, for now, is dead. That's why football is dead in Nigeria. Football is dead. I'm telling you. There's no way you want to put it. And couple of reasons. And by the grace of God, you know, we think it will be back. Gradually, it will be back if we start doing the right thing. Youth Phone, if I tell you today, I played for Nigeria, served Nigeria, all the thanks have to go to God. Then Youth Phone, then Tony Eke. Tony Eke formed Youth Phone. I was in Babs Academy that year.
Babs Academy?
Yes.
I don't like now. I was in Trinity. I don't like now. The play ball. This academy. They intimidate you like St. Fimba, St. Gregory's, Amsterdam.
CMS Grammar School.
Oh my God. Then we made in 1980. My school made it last 8. We're in the quarterfinals. So nobody knows.
You didn't win it.
No, why did you play this time? Anyway, do you know the players that were playing the Principal Cup in Lagos? You don't just go there. Do you know them? So how were you invited? How did you know about? How were you invited to use one? How did that start here? Tell us from the beginning.
Thank you. I think started from Ansarudin Primary School.
Ansarudin Primary School. Okay.
I represented Ansarudin Primary School in Surulere during the sports festival.
Yeah.
From my primary school days, went to
Baptist
Academy and captained the school too. You know, my last year I did my A levels there too, and that was how things picked up. And where those days, you know, there was process. You can't compare it with what is happening now.
Okay.
There ain't no comparison at all. When you want to talk about Nigerian football or sports, those days and now, two different ways. I'm telling you. Number one, what really killed Nigerian football, I would tell you, our administrators. And once you have the love of money ahead of the job you have, that job is dead. Since politicians took over, you know, it's just the right way to put it. They took over, it is politicians that will go there as sports commissioner. Look at all the states in Nigeria. You will never find somebody who has done sports before to be sports commissioner. It's always somebody who helped either the governor or anybody get to position, they put him there. So that department, sports department, is already, even before the start of it, is dead already, because they put, when you start putting square peg in a round hole, it's not going to fit. And we do that a lot. Everybody, I've never seen one person that really knows about sports or does sports or understands sports or whatever, that you put there as sports commissioner or sports, it is politician who helped me win an office. And then it didn't help at all. I'm telling you.
But when you guys were picked,
yes,
at the time, how were you? How were you picked?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Principal's Cup.
Yes. Okay.
Principal's Cup was so vibrant then. If you don't play Principal's Cup, you don't play football.
There used to be, is it Anwar Islam? So when they are coming to play Principal Cup at somebody will come with horse. Which school is that?
It is Anwaru.
Anwaru.
Yes, in Islamia, in Agege.
Yes. They come with horse.
They used to Ahmadiyya College.
Yes,
Ahmadiyya College.
Yes.
Turn it to Anwaru. That is how that school is.
Gaskia College.
Gaskia too is a Muslim school, the same thing too. Gaskia and Anwaru. Yes. Then you talk about St. Fimba's, talk about Academy, CMS, Grammar School, and all that.
There was a United Christian.
Yeah, there was United Christian.
We're not talking about Trinity.
No, don't ever go there. Trinity secondary school, but TS. Forget us, they're not a cosplay. We play ball. We are not as big as Rabu, but we play ball. Yeah.
Those days, you know, so many things have changed. Those days, what I see is that, you know, natural, talented players, even the coaches don't do much work those days. What the coaches are doing, and now you have to go to academy and they teach you how to play football and those. But hey, that aside, football in our country, I laugh at times when I look at it and say, what is going on? What is the problem? But personally, because I have managed Gateway Football Club, I left the United States of America to come here, manage Gateway Football Club to Premiership one season. When Governor Benga Daniel was the governor, I just came home and I said, well, no two ways about it, I know what it is. They bought a slot. Until tomorrow, I don't know how many years back then, over 10 years already, the team is still struggling in that position that I put them, because after the first season, because I now realized that most of the management, they're not with me. They like They don't like these guys because fighting for the players every time, fighting for the officials every time. You don't give the players a bonus and there. You don't give these commissioners of it. You don't give this word. So they don't really like that. Fighting for the... How are they going to win? When we have 4 matches to go and these boys will have an home game and we are fighting to get promoted to the Premiership. That was a slot that the governor bought that year. Igbino Football Club. Then Gateway was formed. Then they bought that slot. I became the team manager, came to the US. And look at these young guys. Most of them are even local players. But because I know what to do, they give me an hotel. I have an hotel, I have everything. But I still go to the boys' camp, sleep with them there, talk to them, do this, do this. So there is that communication between them. At the end of the day, these boys, we promoted to the Premiership. No, now. The reason not far away, it's not only in Gateway Football Club or anywhere that happens. Majority of the management these days is all about the money. It's not about the development of the game. Everybody, once you get that job, you are the sports commissioner, you are the whatever, the money you make is the first thing that will come to your mind. And when you put the money ahead of the job you're doing, that job suffers.
Okay, we'll come back to you because we want to know how what Usform did before, where where you want to take Usform to, and stuff like that. Yeah. But then there was this morning at about 5 a.m. Nigerian time, the Las Vegas Grand Prix started, and at the end of the day, we heard that yes, Max Verstappen won ahead of Lando Norris. It's been a tight race for now. And was okay fine with Abu Dhabi, Qatar and Abu Dhabi coming in 2 more races to go. That of course nothing. Lando Norris just have to tag behind. Even if Verstappen win, he was going to be named the champ probably even before the last race. But something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we have Soliu on the line. Do we have Soliu with us? Do we have Soliu?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, good afternoon.
Hello. All right, Soliu, let's listen. Soliu is the number one. We call it number one Formula One pundit in Nigeria, and then I don't know why he's sleeping. I know he will wake up very soon now because he should be excited about the news. Soliu, what has happened in Vegas? What is happening? A lot of coming in here, disqualification, skidding. I do not understand. Please, can you take a few minutes to explain to us what happened in Las Vegas and then the resultant effects?
Yeah, what they say is that whatever happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. But it is not the case with Formula One this morning, as you rightly said. I mean, 2 major incidents happened. 2 drivers who are actually doing well this season, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, both of the high-flying McLaren for 2025, have been disqualified. They were disqualified on the technical ground of violating what the minimum allowed in terms of what they call the skid block. The skid block, for people who do not understand the F1, is a feature under the F1 car that prevent the car from moving too slow. If you understand what I mean. So basically, what the skid block does is that it prevents the car from getting as slow as possible because the normal cliche in F1 is that the lower the car, the faster the car is able to go. And when you don't have that skid block, what it does is that it gives you some advantage in terms of the speed against the other drivers. So the FIA technical team found both drivers, that's Oscar Piastri and also Lando Norris, to have violated the millimeter in terms of what is allowed by this skid block, and they have been disqualified. And what that means now is that we go into the penultimate race of the season next week. That's talking about the one going down in Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and then we look at the point gap between Lando Norris and also Max Verstappen right now, which has gone down considerably. So, because no point has counted for both drivers, talking about McLaren drivers, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. So it is really a huge one. I mean, it's not the first time it is happening. If you remember very well, I'm sure you will remember anyway, you are a Hamilton fan. So last season, Hamilton encountered the same issue, I think, at the Belgian Grand Prix, where he was also disqualified for similar incidents as well. So F1 is a very strict sport in terms of rules, in terms of technical regulations, because all those regulations have been put in place to ensure that no driver has an advantage over the other driver. And that's what I think McLaren were trying to do this morning right here in Las Vegas. Well, unfortunately, in this, as I said earlier, in F1, whatever happens in Las Vegas must be kept in the open. You can never stay in Las Vegas.
It's like you are thrilled. You are happy in announcing this, that whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't know, but are you saying that it is the technical team of McLaren that that tampered with the car? It is, or is it the drivers that did it?
I mean, without prejudice, right? Without prejudice to the ongoing investigation that has been instituted by McLaren and also that has been instituted by the FIA, because it is quite strange, Uncle Ken. It is quite strange that both drivers actually suffer the same fate. Yes. I know that in some cases, at times, we've seen cases where only one driver will be found wanting. I don't know if you understand what I mean. We've seen cases like that where just one of the two drivers. But in this case, we are talking about two drivers. So it is quite difficult to rule out complicity, I mean, on the part of the technical team of McLaren. But as I said, without prejudice to the ongoing investigation that has been instituted by the FIA and also by the McLaren technical team, I just want to wait to see the outcome of that investigation, really, because where I'm sitting here, where I'm standing, where I'm observing from here, I do want to believe it was a mistake. Yeah, I would have understood if it was just one of the two drivers. But for the two drivers, no, it can never be a mistake. But as I said, let's just wait for the investigation. The outcome of the investigation will give us pointer to what really happened and why what happened actually happened. Because I don't think McLaren will want to, number one, they want to kind of sabotage their own race, their own season, because that's what it looks like. Because if anyone has done that thing within their team and hoping that it will not be found out by the FIA, then it has been the most stupid thing to do by any of them. But again, let's just wait for the outcome of those investigations that have been instituted, that has been commissioned, and then we'll be able to have a better view and understanding of what really happened and why what happened has happened.
Okay, we want to go on a short break. You stay with us. Probably we'll still come back to you in the course of this show. But then we want to take a very, very short break. When we come back, Taju Disu is still in the house. And then it is still Channel Sport on Sunday. All right, you're welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday. Jimmy just joined the house. Jimmy, welcome to the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are not excited. I'm not. I'm not. I'm telling you, shout out to you, Jai. Nothing to do anybody.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not excited.
Then, Max Verstappen just won. You should be happy for him. Give him all his travails.
Max Verstappen won his first, his first championship because of what they did to, to Hamilton.
What did they do?
Up to today, one man decided to change the rules and then do whatever he wanted to do, and that was what happened. Right now,
Ken, it was a controversial call.
It was a controversial. Okay.
It doesn't abnegate the essence of Verstappen winning and going on to win consecutively. And this man still is in contention. Okay. 2 races to go.
Okay, no problem.
Ken.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Jimmy, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank God we have the ex-international and the chairman in the house.
The real legend, not the ex-international that never had a cap.
I know you guys are watching. And sometimes when they throw these things here, I do not have a Tijani Babangida who before all of them confirmed my ex-international ship. And I will say this. But if a TJ says something and then you come here before the whole world and say something else, can I concentrate on Taju, please?
Yes, you can.
Use phone. Go back. Right now, I want you to do one thing for us. Go back to when was the first time they invited you to use phone? How were you invited? And then tell us why, what is the difference between then and now?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
I think my first cap for use phone was in 1981.
1981.
Exactly. I was in Baptist Academy doing my level. So from there, we went to Dallas. I was one of the few picked, to go to Dallas.
Dallas in the US, Dallas Cup.
Exactly.
Yes,
that was 1981. Dallas Cup. We won that cup.
You won the Dallas Cup
for Nigeria. And then after that, we came back home. Then we went to Norway to go play in Norwegian Cup.
The Norwegian Cup?
The Danish Cup in
Denmark. Danish Cup.
The last one in 82 was when we went to Rio to win the Brazilian State Cup for Nigeria. So when we got back from Brazil, and then that was when...
There was one in Sweden.
The Sweden was Gothia Cup.
Gothia Cup.
Thank you. In fact, that was the first one.
Okay.
Missed that.
Yes.
That was the first.
Because I know there.
Yeah, Sweden was the first one.
Okay.
We went there, we went to Sweden to go and win Gothia Cup for Nigeria. Yeah. So following year again, 1982, we went there again. So the last match we played, the last tournament we participated in was the Brazilian State Cup. So winning that cup back to Nigeria, that was when Coach Christopher Idumeze, because that year I remember I captained Lagos State, festival was at hand. So as we came back, everybody back to his state, Captain Lagos State to that festival in Edo. And then at the end of the day, Coach Idumeze picked 9 from Lagos. And the bulk of the team, come from the guys who went to exactly use phone. It was used phone those days that picked players for either Flying Eagles or whatever, they do it. And that's why Kudus must go to Tony Eke. Fortunately, nobody is even talking about Tony Eke. Tony Eke formed that use phone team. And when we started traveling, no stop anymore, because we have that administrators like MQ Abiola who sponsor. We have some state governors at times sponsor, and we have Abidoye, late Abidoye, who is the owner of Koda. So that was it. And that time there was process from use phone, you graduate to Flying Eagles. From there, you graduate to the academicals or whatever. Then from there to the senior national team, which we all played on. So, but suddenly, those things just.
So you mean use phone was practically funded mostly from private individuals? Yeah,
then Abiola did a lot of job then. And then one man is it's an allergy man from Kano, Adamu or something like that. Then we have Abidoye. Then at times state governors too. If Tony Eke go approach them and blah blah blah, some of them do, but mostly from the private sectors there.
You got a scholarship from Abiola?
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was when I graduated from Flying Eagles to the senior national team. And then Chief MQ Abiola, I remember vividly, he came himself to Premier Hotel in Ibadan, where the Flying Eagles were camped. So immediately after, we went to Mexico for the Junior World Cup and came back.
That's the first Nigerian team
to play
to qualify for any FIFA tournament.
Yeah. I'm probably one of the best.
Yeah.
Yes, I played 5 for Nigeria then. I think that was the year my co-players named me Van Basten, because I took Van Basten out in the towards the end of the first match.
Okay, Van Basten represented the Dutch team.
Yes, Holland.
Okay.
Holland, our group was a group of dead.
Yeah.
You have the Brazilian team that have Romario, Bebeto, Dunga. They were in the junior team then.
The same team.
Yes. I mean the Brazilian team.
Brazilian team, yeah.
All of them, they graduated to the senior national team. That's about. They won that cup that year. And I will say this, we have the opportunity, we have the chance to meet Brazil in the finals. Because our match with, our match with Russia. Russia has the best team. Yeah. That time, they were with us. Brazil, Russia, Nigeria, Holland. So, Russia,
Mexico 83.
Mexico 83. Okay. So our match with Russia, the whole world, Brazil, everywhere they were there because Russia was the toughest team then. We beat them 1-0. Courtesy of Tyler Okoro one-time goal. It was a tough match, 0-0.
My question is that part where you said you took out Marco Van Basten.
Yes.
I didn't see it.
No, obviously.
Yes.
How did it happen?
Okay. How it happened was that, when we watched them, we knew we were going to play them the next match against, after the Russia.
Yeah.
So they watched us too, because they are scared of Russia. I mean Brazil. But Russia at that time, they have players that you can't even, they're the best.
I would beat Russia.
Yes.
By a lone goal.
We beat them 1-0. So now the focus now shift to us, because this team that beat Russia. But come and look at what happened. It is very, very unfortunate. That's why I said we have the opportunity, because that zeal that we used to play this Brazilian team, it is on us. So it was immediately after that match with Russia. May so rest in peace, our coach Christopher Udemeze, just brought everybody, come to Marine, because everybody is having Nigeria won, we beat them. That was when he told us that your boots and your keys, everything, training keys has arrived. Because they didn't give us from Nigeria. They said it has not arrived yet.
So you can imagine what I'm telling you that time.
Yes. They didn't give us. It has just arrived there. Okay, we said okay. So we're focusing on our secretary, who is Okeowo, late Okeoro, who works with the NFA then. So he was the secretary. So Okeowo said, once we get to, don't worry, Mexico, the team will arrive. If care is not taken, they have this thing with them before we even travel. Wow. Maybe it doesn't worry, we don't know. But when we get there, coach now said, your boot, everything is, and we just won. We just beat this thing. We are all happy. Can you imagine? The secretary said, no, we should not do that. We should not play with new boots now in this thing. What does that mean? They give it to us. He refused. That was, you'll be hearing stories, they say it was Tarela Okorowanta who made the team 2000. It wasn't Tarela. It was that statement from that secretary. They refused to give us our boot, which we play with our old boot, and they knew everything. Give it to us, no matter what, to motivate us. No. So when that man said that, Tyler got annoyed. Chibuzo Ilebu got annoyed. A lot of the players got annoyed. Said, well, give it to us. Even if you want to use it, it's not none of your business. You are the secretary now. And Edumezi got annoyed too, got angry, and that divided the team. That was why when we are supposed to travel to Monterrey the next day to go and ready for Brazil. That was what demoralized us. We had the players, a whole lot of. When we now got to Monterrey, because Edumezi now has to start begging all the guys who said they won't go. They can't do. They should give us that. We will give us. Now we started begging them too. Okay,
Andrew Way was in that team.
No, Andrew Way was dropped. Andrew Way was in the 85.
85, yeah. He captained the 85 team.
All the guys who played 85 were with us. Wasiu Payo, Waidi Akoni, Andrew Way, yes, exactly. All good players too. But that team in Bembo, just as you said, you will think twice, because everybody is good. So you don't even make mistake. If you make a Edumezi, they will just take you out. Edumezi who suspended Tyler Okorowanta and Humphrey, and we have a match. Our match against Guinea qualified us to go to World Cup. He suspended them. All the players said, no, you can't suspend it. We said no. We not got them. So as soon as we got to Lagos, he said, stay in Ibadan. You are not. We go meet the NFL president on this. We go meet it. So they have to call the coach and tell him that was okay. All of now, you must sign. You sign. If anything happened to the team, because these guys are not supposed to play. They didn't tell me. It was Tarela and Humphrey who scored the 2 goals.
Absolutely.
The 2 goals to beat them. So at that time, sir, there's a process.
I want to take you back.
Okay.
How you were talking about, before he asked that question, you were talking about the scholarship from Abiola.
Yes, exactly. The scholarship.
That he came to Ibadan.
Yes, he came to Ibadan.
Premier Hotel.
We just got back from Mexico then. Yes, he came to Ibadan and called the assistant coach, Coach Isiaka Yakubu. You know, Edumezi was the head coach.
Yeah.
Isiaka Yakubu. He now employed Isiaka Yakubu as assistant coach as Abiola Babe's coach, because that time Abiola Babe just was from, and he now said, okay, go on. Then it was that coach, Isiaka Yakubu, that brought like 10 of us to him. He said, this. So that was how Chief Abiola talked to us, and come to Lagos, who wants to do better. After talking to her, he gave us one, then we all left. So eventually, out of the 10, I think we were 5 that went to Abiola. Myself, Issa Shofoluwe, and Wahab Adesina. Me and Wahab Adesina are 5 and 6. And myself, Issa Shofoluwe, Wahab Adesina, Dendi Akiloton, and Yemi Adebanjo. Paul wanted to grow. Shegun Olukoni, Paul Okoku, yeah, because he was in the team that year. Paul Okoku, Shegun Olukoni, Femi Olukoni, Chibuzo Ilegu, and probably, I think, Uti Amechi. In that, but because at that year already, Paul Okoku, Shegun, and Femi they are ready to travel. They already got scholarship in America. Yes, so that was why they didn't follow. They didn't go with the team again. So I went, and along the line, when this thing is heated up, and then, hey, we are now in the Challenge Cup. Go and play. That was when my own scholarship came. A letter from America, blah, blah, come to school too. So it was because Paul Okoku and they are there already. Yes. So now the coach said he wanted me, he wanted myself, then the Akiloton, the 2 of us at that time. So what will we do? Then when we are in Ibadan, training, I'm talking about Abiola Bates now. Training, yes. Now they gave me the scholarship, that's what I'm saying. Yes. So we were in Jebu, training. Yes. And at the end of the day now, I got this letter, myself and Dendi. So in the training, our coach now noticed that these 2 guys are not really playing hard. They don't want to get injured. So why? We have a Challenge Cup that we will have to play. These are quarterfinals, I think, at that time. And you look at you guys, Taju, you create the idea. But it is because we want to travel. Yeah. We just want to sneak out and So what now happened is that the next day, when Best came, I just told him the truth. My mind is not here again. Scholarship, I have to go further my education, this and that, this and that. When he heard that, he didn't say anything. He never told. He now traveled to Lagos to go and meet Chief Abiola and told Chief Abiola, bring them. So the next day, after morning training, we still trained. Usually we don't. He just put us in the car and drove us down to Chief Abiola's house. So when we get there, Chief Abiola said, he greeted us and said, how are you? He said no too much. He just want the truth from us. Blah, blah. What is it? Because he had already. We now said, I said, it is true. Scholarship, and if we lose this opportunity, we don't know. Chief Abiola said, please, play this game. I will sponsor you guys to America. Wow. And that one is a 50-50. What about if we lose and he didn't do it again? Or we lose? We were thinking, me and Dende, when we left that place, give us money again. We say, okay, sir. When we get to Ijebu, myself and Dende now called me later in the night. Well, if you want to see, you can see Obobi. I don't know. I will go because if we don't win, me and I try to convince him, Chief Abiola, let's give him benefit of the doubt and do it this and that. Okay. But the next day, then they left. Yeah. He didn't wait. I waited. And it was me that played that penalty kick that gave us that Challenge Cup in that 85, that year. For the fact that Chief Abiola said, you guys should wait. I waited. Then they left. And I played that last penalty kick that gave us that Challenge Cup. That night, gone. Chief Abiola said, just bring everybody. After the Challenge Cup, went to Ikeja Palace Hotel. He now said, Taju, this is where you come. I say, I'm giving him a 4-year scholarship to America to go and study. Everything paid off. Anything you want. Anything. If I come there, I call anything. So out of that, I wanted to say, okay, thank you, sir. As I was thanking him, everybody was clapping. And I want to raise Dende Akiloto or something. It was Elijah Simbi. I said, don't even go there. Don't go there. Don't even. So that was how that one. So I travel. And anytime Chief Abiola come to America, he call at school. Wow. Anytime, if I'm back home, he will give me double money. He will call. My marriage, he was there. And when my dad died, he was there in our area.
So he paid your school fees for 4 years?
He paid it. And school now, I trained with my school one day because our school do give athletic scholarship. In the school, that this guy, Shegun Adeleke, went there before. So we have a couple of Nigerians that went there. So after my first training, the coach just said, scholarship for you for 4 years.
So you have double scholarship.
Double scholarship. So and I use that part of that money Chief Abiola gave me to buy house there.
Oh my God.
And that time,
the lines are open.
And yes, to buy house in America.
Of the man.
Yes. The lines are open. He got double scholarship.
So,
he used part of the money Chief Abiola gave to him for to buy a house in the US.
Yes.
Why the school gave him the scholarship?
Yes,
today, what is happening? Where is what? You see, these are the stories that we want to hear. That when you do well, you rewarded, and then there were Nigerians then who were ready, to sponsor, to help. Exactly. We still have those billionaires.
Yes. Yeah.
Give scholarship to the kids. Help them out. That is what we are saying here. What the lines, my producer say you guys can call in. We say how Soli, we've not forgotten you there. Before we close, we'll get a few minutes with you.
There's an issue with the entitlement.
Yes, Lagos, you are now the chairman of Lagos Youth Fund. You benefited at the donation to Yeke and Kedra for you. How do you intend to bring back those glory days to the youths, to your children and grandchildren and their mates who are now in where you were some 30 years back?
Thank you very much. I think that is exactly why Youth Fund is coming out now. We just had a meeting. We did that election and got so good. A whole lot of people will know that the Youth Fund is still on ground though.
I didn't even know.
Yes. Patrick, if you go to Patrick's office, this guy has been secretary when we were playing for Youth Fund. Wow. Youth Fund secretary with Tony Eke there. He's still there. He's still doing that job and they just came back from Katsina now. But the thing now is, that thing has been abandoned. Yeah. Nobody is even talking about it. Nobody. And the reason why Nigerian football standard keep going down the drain is one of these, because those days the grass used to be solid before you put a building there. When you have a foundation that is not strong, how can you have a good building or whatever on it? Now that they've abandoned grassroots development so far, they have abandoned it. Government is not even looking there. Ministry of Youth and Sport is not looking. NFF is not looking. Even the money they are taking for grassroots development is not being used for that. I can tell you that. I know that. So I think a whole lot of things has to change. And once they started mixing politics with sports, those two things never work together. Politics and sports, two different things. Because politics it doesn't have anything, as far as I'm concerned, I'm telling you. But it is politics first. Now it is politics everything.
In Lagos State, how are you going to make sure that you don't mix politics and sport in Lagos?
Definitely, no two ways about that. And I've set that standard, and I told them, by the time they line all of us who are management of this new Youth Fund team, I think we'll start, they will like that. Number one is that even if you have not been identified with any sports or whatever before, you're not going to be part of this. Because number one, if you look at what is going on in Nigeria now, they put square peg in round hole in square peg, and it can't fit. And that's what has been happening.
So you are not getting the local governments?
Local government chairmen, and God so good, I have some of them who play football. I've started doing that.
Just like your friend Taju Ajide.
Thank you. Ajide is here, a good friend of mine, and a couple of the chairmen that just assume office now. Now, let's start it from there. Let's give these kids the opportunity that we had then. If we don't utilize this then in our own time, we probably won't be where we are now.
Absolutely. Okay, let's, because we have Solio. Solio, we need just 90 seconds from you. What do you envisage in the next...
Ken, why 90?
90. We are running out of time.
Okay.
We have less than 5. Hello, Solio. 90 seconds. Sum up what you see in the next 2 races.
Well, as I've told you elsewhere, it's going to be it's going to be exciting, really. And what is discussion this morning has also done is to add more excitement to what is already building up to be a classic F1 season. Now, I've told you that before now, there had been complained by the F1 aficionados about the fact that F1 is boring. It was becoming boring because it was becoming like a stroll in the park for some team. And when we started the year, it appeared like McLaren were going to destroy into it. But as it is now, a lot of factors, a lot of spanner in the works, and a lot of things that ensure that the last 2 races of the season is going to be so exciting. Because when we look at the margin now, the margin is so small.
Yeah.
That you think that maybe Verstappen could actually sneak it at the end of the day, or it could be maybe Lando Norris as well that's going to be emerging the champion. So, and Jimmy Kato, good to see you again. Thank you, our legend too. Legend, I see you. No, Uncle Ken, see, let me just chip in a second to chip in something. These are the people you should be calling the real.
The legend, not them. Don't worry.
When I look at the
thank you, Soliu. Thank you.
Players in the
Soliu, the line is cutting. The line is. I mean, we're not hearing you.
Something like patriotism.
Yes.
The H effect.
If not,
the H effect. The Hamilton effect.
Because I know it doesn't have anything to do with this. I said don't mess with
We are leaving. You think I still want to hear you? I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. 60 seconds before we go. Are you going to do we have youth form offices in all the local government areas of Lagos State? Or if we don't, do you intend to put it there?
Definitely in Lagos. We're starting.
Do we have it now?
Right now, no. With new.
We don't have it.
Yes.
But you are going to do that.
I am in the next days.
Website, social media presence?
Everything. Yeah. That's exactly why this meeting has been going on.
Well, I think for me, what will be most important will be that strategic engagement with the Ministry of Basic Education. Also, all sports officers at all levels, ward levels, then also the different local government
working with the school sports system.
All right. So that will be the carousel that will drive.
What is coming up? Something's coming up?
Yeah, very brief. Something is coming up now.
Briefly.
That they just made me the chairman of. It's a program from the US.
Okay.
It's just like this youth fund program that all these kids will have opportunity to
go to
America.
All right. So, you have the pedigree. You've done it before.
Great to see the legend again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's someone that followed the story from donkey years. My other cousin,
Skippos.
My other cousin, the first captain.
Yes, he's the first captain to take our team right there to the world stage. Taju, this conversation will continue on and on. We're just grateful we're able to reach him and bring him here. And while we are trying to rebuild Nigeria, solely we are looking at you. But then, who is? Yes, it's Soliu. I can tell you this. I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria.